Hello, Captains. This is Kent again, and welcome to the flight show. Today, we are going to be doing a flight that continues our life in a pilot's life. We will be flying from O'Hare Airport to Honolulu International. Let's begin. Okay, we'll be helped out by FS Crew, and we will be flying with our 777 long range. So let's get started.
Hi, Captain. How are you today?
I'm doing great, thank you. Alright, so our gate's already there, so that's fine. And we will go through our initial flows. Let's see here. So we will turn our battery switch on. Cockpit lights were not needed. We're during the day. C1 and C2 primary pumps are off.
Strobes off.
And the demand pump selector's off. Wipers are off. Landing gear lever
Wipers
is
off.
down. Great. And bus tie switches to auto. And APU if desired, but what we are going to need to do is turn on our external power. So let's see. Okay, this is one of those things I gotta figure out because I haven't flown this in a while. Be right back. Okay, the little confusion that I had is because I wanted the GPU, but you need power on in order to, bring up the GPU from the CDU.
Auto brake RTO.
So what I ended up doing is turning on the APU so that I could get to the ground power unit, which I'm going to do now. Ground connections. And then put on ground power unit. So if we go outside, we should see, here we are, we are connected to the ground power unit. And therefore we can hit primary, secondary, and turn off the APU. So we're not burning fuel unnecessarily. Excellent. Okay, so now we can, now that we're going through our pre-flight sequence, we have our flows to go through, and so let's go ahead and do that. We've done the battery switch on, cockpit lights, C1 and C2 primaries off, demand pump selectors off. Wipers are off, landing gear down, alternate flap switches are off, bus tie switches are on auto. We have the ground power unit, and then the external lights if required, but they are not. At 54 minutes, Captain runs the primary pre-flight procedure. So we go to the RDU. We turn that on. Check oxygen. Let's see here. Didn't mean to turn that on. My bad. There we go. Back up here. Com displays. Parking brake is, or at least I said it earlier. Here we go. Set. We hit the ATIS. Let's pretend that I did. And the CDU setup, which is what I'm about to do now. Alright, so the fuel that we want on board, we are going to have actually 150,947 pounds of fuel, and our payload is going to be a zero fuel weight of 472.2. Alright, so we've got all that taken care of. Now we can go to the FMC. We're going from KORD. Boom. And we get our GPS set in there. Excellent. And our flight plan is KORD to PHNL 02. I planned my flight already, so this will be our company route. What? You mean you're not in the database? Oh, not A-N-A-L. What was I thinking? PHAL 02. Sorry. You're not in the database either. KORD-PHNL. Clearly, this is like a rough morning. Here we go. Excellent. And our flight number is 2724. So United Airlines 2724. Boom. Now we're going to depart on runway 10 left. What error was this? I don't know who did that. Was that Active Sky? I just honestly don't know. Let's see. 10 left. And then our arrival will be, we're going to be landing on ILS. Runway ILS 8 left. We're in ILS 8 left. And we will have Cana 2 with a transition of Beta. And let's see. Actually, that's all we need. Excellent. That's activated. We'll check for discontinuities real fast. Looking good. All right. And now we can go on to our preference page. We need to put in 10%. Our cruising altitude will be 32,000 feet. So we'll just put in our flight level, 320. And our index is calculated at 40. And 10% on our D-rated takeoff will take off with flaps 5. And now we have our V speed. So now our CDU is set up. Excellent. That didn't take long at all. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to fast forward a little bit. So our first officer will do his walk around.
I'm out for the walk around.
Thank you very much. And we're going to keep going until we come back. I've done pretty much everything I needed to do.
I'm back from the walk around. Everything looks good.
Excellent. So, now that he's back from the walk around, the flight attendant will come in and ask if we want to board passengers at when about, let's see. She comes around at 24 minutes. So let's just get on with that. Okay, maybe not 24 minutes.
Hi guys, can we start boarding now?
Yes.
Thank you.
Alright. So now we will get ground services to do their thing. And the gate's already there, so I don't have to tell them to do anything. And let's see, will they open the doors or do I need to do that myself?
Set.
Okay, so doors. Ah, they're opening on their own, so we can close that. All right, we will bring you back a little bit later while the boarding process is going on. Well, as you can see, they are getting the containers on board, so everything is going smoothly. You can't beat that. They are getting these containers on, and we're going to be out of here, heading to Honolulu. Excellent. You have to say that
Check.
the 777, it is a beautiful aircraft by PMDG. Bar none, one of the best aircraft that they have designed. Although I will have to say that the 747, the version 3 or version 2, I forget how that works, probably has the edge. But love this, just the look of this aircraft. These engines are just sheerly massive. They are getting it done. Since we had a quick moment, I thought I would show you our departure. Our departure will actually be out of 10 left out of O'Hare, then we'll turn northerly direction to Northbrook, and then that'll take us on our way. So we don't have a particular star. It's direct from the runway to Oakbrook, not Oakbrook, but rather Northbrook. And quickly for our arrival, what we're going to do is when we do the Kina 2 approach, let me get this out of the way, we'll actually be coming from the backside of Hawaii and then turning onto our final and landing at Honolulu International. So this should be a pretty straightforward approach, and our approach altitude is of 3,300 when we start our descent on the glide slope. So everything seems to be planned out and should go pretty smoothly. Okay, our first officer said he was ready for our checklist, so pre-flight checklist. Pre-flight checklist. Don't know why I can't hear me. Pre-flight checklist. Pre-flight checklist, please. You lied to me. Maybe that's good because we're not at 15 minutes, so let's see. Pre-flight checklist. I don't have on the hard mute. I am not entirely sure why he doesn't hear me. I know you hear me because I see the levels going on my recording. Pre-flight checklist. No clue why he's not listening to me. Pre-flight checklist. Okay, we'll figure it out. Okay, I figured it out. I had to ask him to start again. Pre-flight checklist. Let's start again.
Okay.
Pre-flight checklist.
Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen.
Tested 100%.
Tested 100%. Flight instruments.
Heading 104. Altimeter 3011.
Heading 104. Altimeter 3011. Parking brake.
Set.
Fuel control switches.
Cutoff.
Pre-flight checklist complete.
Thank you. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, I'll bring you back in a moment. And I figured out, it shows you how long it's been since I've flown this. So what I should have done is brought this up so that I could bring out the ground power unit. I don't necessarily need to start the APU to do it. I knew, obviously, PMDG had it together and had a way of doing that. Jiminy Crickets, my bad. Alright, so let us first all y'all close. And is everything right here? Yes. Actually, we don't have a seat. So I guess we'll say vectors.
Are you ready for the departure briefing?
Go ahead.
Okay, we're at gate The taxi route out to the departure runway will be as assigned by ATC. This airport does not use ASDX. We will use full thrust for takeoff. For the takeoff config we will use flaps 5. PAX will be on, anti-ice is not required. No noise abatement departure procedure is required. Thrust reduction altitude is 1000 feet. Acceleration altitude is 1000 feet. Departure routing will be by ATC vectors. As for concerns, there are no special factors for this departure. Okay, so I'll be the pilot flying today. During the takeoff roll, you call out any malfunctional warning and silence the oral warnings. I will then call stop or go. I will reject the takeoff for any warning or condition that significantly affects the safety of the flight. Before 80 knots, I will reject the takeoff for any of the following: takeoff configuration warning, systems failure, activation of the master caution system, tire failure, unusual noise or vibration, abnormally slow acceleration, if a side window opens, fire or fire warning, engine failure, the predictive wind shear warning, or if the airplane is generally unsafe or unable to fly. Between 80 knots and V1, I'll reject the takeoff for a fire or fire warning, engine failure, predictive wind shear warning, or if the airplane in general is unsafe or unable to fly. After V1, takeoff will have to be continued and no action will be taken below 400 feet other than to apply toga and silence the oral warnings. Any questions?
No questions.
Departure briefing complete.
Okay, so that's taken care of. Let's see where we are on our boarding. Alright, so all of the cargo has been boarded. Loaded rather. And what we need to do is close the cargo bulk door. Excellent. And we have closed all the doors here, so everything, this just needs to be armed. So all the doors are closed. Excellent.
Hi guys, here's the load sheet for you.
Thanks. I'm gonna just step that up a bit.
Hey Captain, cabin is ready to go.
Thanks.
If you need anything, just let me know.
Alright, so we can close the briefing. Before start procedure.
Are we clear to pressurize?
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
Can we pressurize the hydraulics?
Roger, you're clear to pressurize the hydraulics.
Yes.
Okay.
Turn on the APU. Well, he's busy right now, so I'll tell him in just a second. He's turning on the appropriate lights and the fuel pumps.
I'm ready for the checklist.
Turn on the APU. Start the APU. Turn on the APU. Okay, so I'm going to do it myself. Nah. Okay, so before we do the checklist, I do want to have the APU going. So, captain's before CDU display, the start flow, MPC speed window to V2, on the LNAV VNAV. Okay, so hold on, let's just go ahead and do that. Actually, that's... no, we're fine. He did the procedure, so we're good. Set takeoff trim. Obtain pushback clearance. Okay, so as soon as we get the APU going, yes, once we get the APU going, then we will disconnect the ground power unit and we'll be good to go. Okay, the APU is running, so we can go ahead.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
Please connect the GPU.
Captain, it's already connected.
So that means, I thought it was just automatic take it off. Oh,
Cockpit
disconnect.
to ground.
Go ahead.
My bad.
Please disconnect the GPU.
Roger, disconnecting the GPU.
Okay, that was my bad. Before start checklist.
Before start checklist. Flight deck door. Closed and locked. Passenger signs. On. MCP.
Let's see.
Captain, the GPU's disconnected.
Thanks. Okay. V4.5, heading track 106, altitude 8,000. Set and check.
Takeoff speeds.
V1.163, VR168, V2.177. Set and check.
CDO pre-flight.
Completed.
Completed. Trim.
4.5 units 0 and 0. 4.5 units 0 and 0.
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
Completed.
Beacon on. Before start checklist complete.
Cabin crew arm slides. Start sequence is 2 then 1.
Check.
Alright, let's get our pushback. And what we are going to want is, let me check, we're going to want our nose right, tail left. There we go. Okay, 10 left. I was just setting up my taxi route on my... Oh, look, there it is out there.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Locking gear.
Yeah, you're going to have to be taken off. Oh, we're just going to have to go with it. I thought it did it automatically, but it did not move back the gate. But you know what? They'll be alright. Alright. What are you standing around doing? It didn't tell me to remove the parking brake, did it? Because he's just standing there. Let's just see. Let me figure this out.
And inserted. Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, it was my fault. I forgot that I had to remove the chocks. They just walked right up as soon as I did. Start engine 2.
Starting 2. Oil pressure.
Excellent. Start engine 1.
Starting 1. Oil pressure.
Flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
Set parking brakes. Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Before taxi checklist.
Before taxi checklist. Anti-ice. Auto. Recall. Checked. Auto brake. RTO. Flight controls.
Check.
Ground equipment.
Clear.
Before taxi checklist complete.
Is it RTO? It's not RTO. Now it's RTO. I want to stay RTO. I don't know. Alright, as soon as that truck's out of the way, we will be ready for taxi.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
We're just going to export this to the lower screen so that I can see the gauges a little bit better. There we go. All right. We are almost ready to go. Clear on the left.
Clear right.
Takeoff.
Check.
On taxiway.
Thrust set.
On taxiway.
$80 knots.
Looking good. Why are we not accelerating? The heck was that?
Rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Checked. 400 feet.
Gear up.
Climb.
Oh, the atmospheric effects are beautiful.
Speed check.
Flaps
Flaps
up.
up. Checked.
I do not know what was
Check.
dropping my throttles, but thankfully we got that worked out during the takeoff. Absolutely beautiful. Now, the reason I'm able to give you these visuals is that I'm flying my instruments and the flight director on a screen that's outside of the field of view. So it's just an
1,000 feet to
opportunity for
level
me to let you kind of log into the flight. Set flight level 300. Set flight level 300.
Flight level 300. Set.
Set flight level 320.
Flight level 320. Set. Checked.
Okay,
Checked.
we're almost at our turn.
Feet. After takeoff checklist.
After
Landing
takeoff
gear.
checklist.
Up. Flaps. Up. After takeoff checklist complete.
are on our way to Honolulu. All right, I'll bring you back after we're well at cruising altitude. Well, here we are at cruising altitude, and we're over most of our journey. As a matter of fact, I think we have, let's take a look here. If we go to our chart, what do we got?
Checked.
So we're in the last just over 320 miles to top of descent. So we've covered some ground. We're about to bring this bad boy in, so I will bring you back at top of descent. Okay, we are ready to deal with the approach brief now, be it that takes place anywhere from 50 to 100 miles from top of descent. So let's go ahead and do the darn thing.
Are you ready for the approach brief?
Okay.
Okay, we'll be arriving via the ATC assigned star. As for the approach, we can expect the ILS Cat 3. The decision altitude for this approach is 200 feet. For the landing configuration, we will use flaps 30. The landing runway is dry. Auto brake, we will use level 2. After landing, please leave the APU off. The arrival airport does not use ground radar, so turn off the transponder when vacating the runway, please. And it looks like we'll be arriving at a gate today. Taxi route in will be as assigned by ATC. As for concerns, there are no special factors for this arrival. Any questions?
No questions.
Approach briefing complete.
Flight level 3, 2, set.
Okay. With that being said, notify the cabin to prepare for... Let's see, do I say that? Notify the cabin to prepare for landing.
Okay.
As you can see, we are now starting our descent. Let me go ahead and make our announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. I am really sorry to inform you that we are not able to continue our flight into our original destination.
Okay, I hit the wrong button.
Prevailing weather conditions.
So everybody chill out.
My colleague and I have evaluated that it is the safest and best way for us and for you to discontinue our holding and divert to our alternate aerodrome.
Ignore that. At least we know it works.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching our top of descent, so we will shortly be leaving our cruising level to begin our descent into our destination.
Oops. Descent checklist. Descent checklist, please.
Stand by. Descent checklist. Recall. Checked. Notes.
Check.
Auto brake level 2. Landing data.
VREF 140. Minimums 200 feet.
VREF 140. Minimums 200 feet. Approach briefing.
Completed.
Descent checklist complete.
Okay, so now that we have our checklist out of the way, the next thing that we will do is when we get to transition level. Until then, it should be a pretty smooth descent. We're having a descent of approximately 1,800 feet per minute. So I guess I'll give you a couple of visuals and then bring you back a little bit further down in the descent. As you can see, the Hawaiian Islands are right off there in the distance. As I mentioned before, we're going to be coming around the island, and then it will bring in from the north to our approach final.
Approach armed.
I did not tell you to arm approach. Chill out. Alright, I'll bring you back in a second. Okay, we're at transition level, or past transition level, so transition level altimeters reset to 999. Transition level altimeters reset to 999.
3, 0, 0, 0, set.
Fair enough. Approach checklist. Approach checklist.
Altimeters.
2999 set.
3, 0, 0, 0. Approach checklist complete.
Okay, fair enough. So now we just have to bring it in. Let's give you a little bit of the visuals. The Hawaiian Island in all its splendor and glory. It took us long enough to get here from Chicago. Few scattered clouds, but otherwise looking like a beautiful day in Hawaii. Okay, I'll bring you back when we get a little closer. Okay, we've just passed 10,000 feet.
Cabin crew, prepare for landing.
So the first officer has put the appropriate lights on. Asked the crew to prepare for landing. Everything seems to be going just fine, so let's just go ahead. Drag required. No problem. Clear that. We should be down to 2. Oh my gosh, we're like way above speed. My mistake. Anyway, now that we're breaking the law, let's go ahead and get that speed down. Alright, there we go. So that should be Dillingham Airport right there, or PHDH. As we come around the northwestern part of the island. And we'll be turning in a southeasterly direction just as soon as we reach it to Cana, which will be in just a second. We should be at Cana and at 7,000 feet or above, of which we are spot on, so that's excellent. Alright, now that our speed is down, we can go ahead and raise up our flaps. I mean our spoilers, or air brake, if you will. This should be an absolutely beautiful approach. We're not speeding up. Select speed, intervene. Set speed 210.
Speed 210, set.
Let's get some drag so we will continue in our descent, because we need to be at 4,000 or above by Rob's. And we're a little above our ideal slope. Flaps 1.
Speed checked, flaps 1.
Little bit of turbulence. That's okay. Alright, we're a little high, but I think we'll be fine. We need to be between 3,700 and 3,400 at the Makoa waypoint, which I think we're going to make just fine. Okay, we can bring our speed brake in.
Checked.
And we're going to go ahead and arm speed brake because I don't think we're going to get too fast again. Set speed 180.
Speed 180 set.
Yeah, that's one thing about these 777s. You can come down, you can slow down, but you really can't do both. Got a little bit of the atmospheric effects on the wing. Let me see if I can get you a good look at it. Really nice. What does it look from outside? Excellent. Alright, we should be turning on to final any second now. And our localizer is active.
Check. 1,000 feet to level off.
Arm localizer.
Localizer armed.
Our glide slope is active.
Check.
Set speed 170.
Speed 170 set.
Gear down. Flaps 5.
Speed checked, flaps 5.
Flaps 15.
Speed checked, flaps 15.
Flaps 20.
Speed checked, flaps 20.
Glide slope is active. It's alive. There we go. Glide slope alive. Flaps 30.
We're above the flap speed.
Why are we? Set speed 149. Arm approach.
Approach armed. Speed 149 set.
There we go. A little fast, but we're bleeding off speed, so that's good. We are on approach. We are on glide slope. We are on the localizer. We just need to be draining some speed here. Alright. Landing checklist.
Speed brake.
Armed. Armed.
Checked. Landing gear.
Down.
Flaps.
Flaps 30.
Landing checklist complete.
Okay, we are doing good. We are configured for landing. Do a quick external look. Seems to have a little bit of a high angle of attack, but she's correcting beautifully. Those atmospheric effects from old props are just stunning.
25.
Radio altimeter alive. Cabin crew, take your seats.
Wish I could kick back and watch this whole approach, but we've got to land this plane. My aircraft. Okay, you cannot necessarily see the instruments, but I can, because as I stated before, I have them exported on a screen right below your field of view. So I am flying my instruments. Need a little bit of left rudder rather, a little bit of left rudder. Just a tad under the glide slope, but we're pulling up so that we intercept it.
Check.
Okay, excellent. Now we need a little bit of right rudder. Not too much. There we go, we're coming back. Okay, we're spot on the glide slope. A little high now, bringing it down. Oh, beautiful. Little bit to the right, so give me
1,000 feet. Approach stable.
Haha, stable approach, sweet. Just need to give it a little bit of left rudder. Don't want to have to crab it all the way in. Alright.
Approaching. 08 left.
There we go. Excellent.
500.
Continue.
Approaching minimums.
Continue. Continue. Okay, he's ignoring me. Unless he just isn't.
Minimums.
Oh, sorry. Continue. That was my bad. Alright, we're turning off the autothrottle.
50. 30. 10.
Speed brakes up. Reverse normal.
I think I can give you a little quick look.
60 knots.
Alright.
Check.
Manual braking. We will exit the runway right here. Excellent.
Check.
Cleaned up the aircraft. Okay to clean up.
Check.
Turn on the APU. Alright, and we're going to... I think we're going to go to 28. Here we go. Turn on the APU. Turn on the APU. I guess he just doesn't turn on the APU. Alright, I'll turn it on. Alright, we're going to turn here. Do not ask me why the flame lights they dropped like that automatically. I'm not sure. Oh, that's much smoother. That must have been a glitch of some sort. Just don't know what. Alright, here's our gate 28. Just need to adjust a little bit more. Alright. Then we'll come over. Almost. Thing. Are we there yet? Almost. Actually, that is our line. We are there. Excellent. Is our APU on? APU is running. Shutdown checklist.
Check the hydraulic panel. Check the fuel pumps. Check the few control switches.
So I gotta do all of that. Okay, I'm used to the 747. Okay. We'll shut that down. That's all good. And let's go ahead and get the ground power unit out.
Go ahead.
Please connect the GPU.
Roger, connecting the GPU. Go ahead.
Okay, those are on. They are bringing out the gate. Excellent. And we will request deboarding.
Captain, the GPU is connected.
So we can go ahead and shut off the APU. And we can go to doors. That's open
I'm
already.
ready for the checklist.
Shutdown checklist.
Shutdown checklist. Hydraulic panel. Set. Fuel pumps. Off. Flaps. Up. Parking brake.
Set.
Fuel control switches.
Cut off.
Weather radar.
Off.
Off. Shutdown checklist complete.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have a successful arrival in Honolulu, Hawaii. I really appreciate the fact that you joined me for this flight. It's been a while since I've done a full flight, full procedure with FS Crew for with a 777, so this was kind of a refamiliarization with me, much less an opportunity to fly into Hawaii, because this is the first time I've flown a flight full into Honolulu, Hawaii. This is FSDreamteam's Honolulu, of which really looks nice, but I'm going to admit, when Orbx releases their Hawaii regional scenery, I'm going to more than likely get it, so we'll be able to make some comparisons. But other than that, I really appreciate you tuning in for this flight. I hope you enjoyed it. I know there were some other requests. I know we have one with the AT-72 flying from anywhere into the Bahamas, and God bless them. I pray that they're doing well for that hurricane with Bahamian Air. I haven't forgotten about that. I haven't forgotten about an approach with the 747, which actually I have banked and I need to edit. But all that is to say that I appreciate everybody, and I hope you enjoyed the flight. I look forward to seeing you in the virtual skies.